Hey guys, my name is Jono. I'm a former lawyer turned full-time filmmaker, and today in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my net worth as a 29-year-old. Because oftentimes, the thing that actually holds us back from achieving our goals is not a lack of desire, but really a lack of direction and a reason why. That's ultimately why I'm making this video. It's not a flex to say, hey, I'm here and you're there. It's actually quite daunting sharing this personal information on the internet, but I'm really hoping that by being super transparent with my personal journey, it can help inspire others who might be just a few years behind. Now, before we begin, what is net worth? How is it calculated? To put it simply, your net worth is the total of your assets, which are the things that you own. So things like cash, property, stocks, all that sort of stuff, minus liabilities, which is the stuff that you owe. So things like student loans, mortgages, personal loans, etc. I'm going to be covering off the different categories of assets and liabilities that I have, and then totaling that up at the very end to give you my total net worth as a 29-year-old. Okay, so let's start with assets. The first category of assets that I'm going to be going through is my photography and videography business. So I started this business firstly as a side hustle back in 2020 with my best friend Jason. At the time, I was still working full-time as a lawyer and Jason was studying full-time in law school. Jason and I own this business 50-50 as co-founders. And so in this videography photography company, we essentially have two branches to the business. Firstly, we do corporate video production for brands and businesses. And the second arm of our business is actually a wedding photography and videography studio. There are two main types of assets when it comes to our business: the cash that we have in the bank and also the gear that we own. This includes things like our camera bodies, our lenses, lights, audio equipment, and other miscellaneous items like cages and all that sort of stuff. So here is the total list of gear that we own. These resale values I've just gotten from eBay or Facebook Marketplace, and I've just been a little bit more conservative with them. So I've actually dropped it a little bit lower than what they're actually listed for on these online platforms. So adding up the total approximate amount of all the gear that we own in our business, that comes to a figure of $23,200. And then in terms of cash, this is just liquid cash in our company bank accounts. That adds up to $45,812.50. Now, the third type of asset, which I actually haven't mentioned, is probably the value of our business, because I recently actually met up with another video business owner, and he was actually telling me that he's in the process of actually selling his business. And so our business itself could actually be of some value as well, but we actually haven't got it valued by a business broker or anything, so I haven't included it in my current figures. Now, before we move on to the second asset type, I just want to quickly also mention, if you guys are interested in learning how to build your own photography and videography business, we have a one-to-one coaching program that we recently launched where we help beginner filmmakers and videographers launch their own businesses and get them well on the path of hitting six figures in their business. We're also going to be launching our first digital product next month, which is going to be the six-figure filmmaker kit containing all the templates and insider secrets that we use to build our videography photography business to six figures. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, so moving on to the second asset type is cash. So cash is literally just the money that you have in your bank account or stored under your mattress, or if you're Asian, you have bread pockets that are stored under your pillow. So the total amount of cash that I currently own is $44,981.02. So this is spread across several accounts, including a transaction account, a high interest savings account, and also an offset account, which I use for my investment property. Unfortunately, a huge chunk of the population live paycheck to paycheck, and they're always just waiting for their next paycheck to come in order to pay the bills. This sum of money here stops me from ever feeling like that, and it allows me to actually take more risks in life, such as quitting my job and pursuing a business full-time. Okay, so moving on to the third asset class, this is my share portfolio. So I've been investing in the share market since 2019 when I started working full-time as a lawyer. And over the last 4 years, I've consistently invested each month, and I've managed to build up a share portfolio with a current market value of $162,246.67. Now, just a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not gonna tell you guys what specific funds that I've put my money in. All I can say is that a majority of my share portfolio has been invested in diversified index funds. And with my share portfolio, I'm extremely passive with it. I just invest my money and then just wait for long-term growth. Okay, so moving on to the fourth type of asset class, which is property. I bought my first property, it was an investment property, in December 2021, which was around the time when I was about to quit my full-time job. And I thought this was a great time to buy an investment property because it's way easier to get a mortgage when you are a salaried employee. I bought the property for $405,000 and I took out a mortgage of just over $365,000 to finance the purchase. Since then, I haven't actually got the property properly valued, so I don't actually know the exact amount that the value of the property is worth. However, a similar property just down the street from mine recently sold for $472,500. So taking a conservative estimate of my property value at the moment, I'd say it's around $450,000, which gives me a total equity in the property, which is essentially the total value of the property minus the mortgage that I have on the property would be around $82,393. Moving on to the fifth asset class, which is my retirement savings. So in Australia, we refer to this as our superannuation. I've been contributing to this account ever since I finished high school and started working casual jobs during university, but a majority of my contributions into this fund have happened since 2019 when I started my full-time job, and also since I've been working full-time in my business. So the total amount currently in my retirement savings account is $36,816.42. And so those are the 5 asset classes that I currently own. Now moving on to the debt portion of the video. This is the stuff that I owe. So aside from my mortgage, which I've already talked about in the asset portion of the video, the only other type of debt that I have are student loans. So I did a 5-year commerce and law degree in Sydney, so it was a double degree, and that was paid for through the student loans. And so the total amount owing currently on my student loans is $41,000. Okay, so now let's add up all these numbers. So firstly, just adding up the total amount of assets that I own, that comes out to a total amount of $361,943.36. Now minusing my total debts, which is essentially just my student loan of $41,000, we get a total net worth of $320,943.36. You might be looking at this number and thinking to yourself, I'm nowhere near this, or actually, I'm actually way past this. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because everyone runs their own race in life. I'm at this point in my life as a result of circumstances which were unique to me. And you might be at an entirely different point in your life as a result of circumstances unique to you. And so it's pointless to get into the comparison trap and base our self-worth on where others are at in their lives. The only person that you should really compare yourself with is your past self. Have you progressed based on where you were at 1 year ago? If the answer is yes, pat yourself on the back and think of ways that you can keep growing. In his amazing Oscars acceptance speech, Matthew McConaughey tells the crowd, "My hero is me in 10 years. That's who I chase." Use my journey as inspiration to gain insights and direction, but never base your self-worth on the achievement of others. Whether it's hearing about how other people have earned their money or their general approach to wealth building and life, take the insights from this video and use it as inspiration for your own personal development journey. Personally for me, I want to keep growing as a person and increase my earning capacity so that I can continue to pursue memorable life experiences and provide a great life for my family and future kids. Because at the end of the day, the business of life is the acquisition of memories. When we are old and frail and unable to do anything else, all that we're left with are the memories that we've accumulated throughout our life. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys found the transparency in this video to be insightful and helpful to provide you guys with direction on your own journey. Hit that subscribe button if you want to be part of this community. We would love to have you. And with that guys, we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.